In a little house with a big oak tree out front lived a little girl named Nila. Now, Nila was a curious girl with bright eyes and an even brighter imagination. Every night before bed, she would gaze out of her bedroom window at the twinkling stars and dream of magical lands far away. Oh, how I wish I could fly up to the moon and chase those fluffy clouds, she would sigh. One night, as the moon hung like a silver coin in the inky sky, Nila was gazing out of her window, when suddenly a magical blue balloon floated past, gently nudging her window open. Startled, Nila watched as the balloon drifted inside her room, floating up and down with an enchanting rhythm. Then, as if beckoning her to follow, it whispered in a voice as light as a feather, "Come with me and see the world while everyone dreams!" Nila, with a mix of excitement and trepidation, climbed onto the balloon. It lifted her easily, and they began to float. The rooftops below them became miniature houses, and the familiar streetlights twinkled like fallen stars. Over the glistening river they went, then through the heart of a forest where every tree wore a crown of sparkling diamonds. As they sailed above the sleeping world, Nila noticed a wise old tree with branches that reached up to the sky like gnarled fingers. Peeking into the tree's leafy hair, she saw a tiny owl with feathers as soft as velvet. "Excuse me?" she whispered, "but could you tell me where we are going? And what is this magical balloon doing?" The owl blinked his large yellow eyes and hooted softly. "This balloon carries dreams," he said, his voice raspy with age. "And you, little one, are on a journey to discover the secrets of the night." He pointed his wing towards a shimmering lake in the distance. "Look, there! A glowing fish dances beneath the moonlight. Go and ask him, for he knows the way to the Whispering Falls, where dreams come true." Nila thanked the owl, and soon she was floating alongside a fish whose scales glittered like 1,000 stars. "What brings you to our lake at midnight?" the fish asked, his voice bubbling with curiosity. "I am on a quest to find the Whispering Falls," replied Nila. "And you, kind sir, seem to know the way." The fish, delighted to have such a special visitor, led Nila on a tour of the lake. They glided past water lilies that looked like giant white stars and under bridges that arched like rainbows. Finally, the fish pointed to a waterfall hidden behind a veil of mist. "There it is, the Whispering Falls. I must return now, but take my glow with you. It will guide you back to the Wishing Falls and light your way home." As the fish swam away, his light filled Nila with warmth and courage. Suddenly, she heard a tiny voice. "Help me, please. I've lost my family." Looking around, Nila saw a little firefly whose light was fading with each passing moment. "Don't worry," she said, taking the firefly in her hands. "I'll help you find them." Using the glow from the fish, Nila searched for the firefly's family, calling out to them in the darkness. At last, high up in the branches of a tree, she saw a group of fireflies blinking their lights in welcome. The lost firefly, overjoyed, flew into their midst. And in gratitude, it gave Nila a magical glow even brighter than the others. Touched by the firefly's gift, Nila knew it was time to go home. She closed her eyes, whispered a thank you, and let the firefly's light lead the way. When she opened her eyes, she was floating back to her bedroom window. As the first rays of sunlight peeked in, Nila gently placed the glowing firefly on her windowsill, where it became her gentle night lamp. From that day on, every night before bed, Nila would look up at the midnight sky, her heart filled with wonder. Knowing that magical adventures and kind-hearted creatures awaited her in the starlit sky. The end.